Good day, fellow observers. Today we're going to do a version 13.2.8 test that is not part of the core testing, and we are heading to Area 53 Adventure Park in Brooklyn. So we are from Nassau County and it is a 44-minute drive, 28 miles. Let me activate FSD. Okay, so the first try it always doesn't activate, but now we are activated.
Now turn left onto Albatross Road.
So we are making a left here.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Orchid Road. Now turn right onto Orchid Road.
Okay, so we are stopping here.
Now turn left onto North Newbridge Road.
And now we turn left. Okay, good slowdown here because of this car that is going straight. So good adjustment. And we go straight.
In 500 feet, turn left onto North Bellmore Road TL, North Bellmore Road. Now turn left onto North Bellmore Road TL.
Okay, so we have a green light. Okay, good. We have clear. And we make a right here.
In 500 feet, take the Wantagh Pkwy North ramp on the right.
Then we cross.
Now take the Wantagh Pkwy North ramp on the right.
Okay, so good stop. Now we have a clear. Okay, so we should have enough window here. So we're going back, I think maybe just to pass over that SUV. Okay, so good lane change here because there are cars
In
that will
1
be
mile,
merging
take the
from
Northern
this
State
right.
Parkway West exit on the left toward New York.
this right on-ramp. And now we continue straight on the passing lane. If I was driving, I would have preferred to stay on this side, because these two lanes will later on merge, and being on the left side would be more advantageous. But anyway, we're going back to the right lane.
Now take the Northern State Parkway West exit on the left.
Good. Okay, so good that FSD is passing this SUV, because these two lines will be merging, and we have enough room because of that. Okay, now we head to the middle lane.
In 1 mile, keep left to stay on Northern State Parkway West toward New York. Now keep left to stay on Northern State Parkway West.
So as you can see, FSD just maintains its speed, so it's easier for it to adjust to merging cars. And we had that white car ahead just went to the middle lane. I didn't even feel FSD slowing down, and it just steadied the speed.
In 1 mile, keep left to stay on Northern State Parkway West toward New York. Now keep left to stay on Northern State Parkway West.
So we have a police car here, and I was hoping that there could be some siren effects here on the screen, but turns out no, it's just a regular SUV. Okay, good adjustment there for that merging car that is very quick on its lane changing. Okay, good that it postponed, because there was an approaching SUV here on the left side. Go to the passing lane. Okay, so now we go back. I think that we just want to pass over that SUV. Okay, good. Slow down here for this merging SUV. FSD is adjusting to the slower speed here on middle lane. Now we Okay, so our next instruction would be to exit in 8.4 miles, so it's gonna take some time for us to do that. And we're currently just staying on the middle lane. I do think this is what FSD is gonna do, except for, you know, passing over some cars. Okay, good slowdown here. Now, okay, good. So good adjustment there with lane change, because there was a car behind us that was also doing a lane change. But since that car was slower, FSD decided to go in. And now we're back here on the middle lane. And now we are slowing down even further here. Okay, so good slow down. Now, this is a good work zone test. I don't see any... Okay, so I think 3 lanes will become less than 3. Let's see how FSD will adjust to this. Oh, it will just become 1 lane. Now FSD is giving way for cars here. Okay, so good adjustment here. FSD is able to move to the open lane, and it sees them as trucks, not really as construction vehicles. And I just want to point that out. Okay, so now we plan to go back to the middle lane here, and FSD is doing that. Okay, good. Although I have to say this is a solid line at the moment, but since we just got out of a 1 lane section, I guess that's okay. What do you guys think? Is that okay? So now we're staying here in the middle lane, which is what FSD has been doing so far, and let's see what we have ahead. Okay, so we have reached the speed limit. It is, oh, because it is 40. Okay, I'll let it be until it adjusts to 50. Okay, so we have a takeover immediately here. I do think because of me turning on the wipers, but it might not be wiping correctly. Okay, so I am going to re-engage again. It's good that FSD just continued straight and not getting bothered by the cars on the right that are signaling to merge to FSD's lane. So I'm doing the okay, so it's not sensing my my takeover. I had to press the brakes. So it seems like every time I use the wiper, it kind of interferes with FSD's vision. So, I mean, kind of makes sense, but this is the kind of the first time that it happens. Or maybe my wipers need replacement. So now let me reactivate. Okay, good. Okay, so now the car is using the wipers more often, which is good. Good slowdown here for this merging van.
In 1 mile, take exit 10 EW on the right toward Interstate 495.
Okay, so now we move to the right lane in preparation for an exit.
Now take exit 10 EW on the right.
Okay, good.
In 500 feet, take the ramp on the left toward Interstate 495 West. Now take the ramp on the left toward Interstate 495 West. In 1,000 feet, take exit 10W on the right onto Interstate 495 West toward Midtown Tunnel.
Okay, good slowdown here. I think FSD wants to move even to this next lane on the right.
Now take exit 10W on the right.
Now when you go here, this is a bit of a tricky spot because if it wants to go to I-495, it has to be on the left lane. I mean, it has to move to the leftmost lane to exit. So let's see what FSD will do. So we have enough room here. Okay, good. Good slowdown here. Okay, good slowdown. I think we do have a room. Okay, nice. Kind of gave way, slowed down for just a bit, and then we maintained speed for this merging car, and now we're on the slower side of the drive. Okay, so in this spot it always turns this on, the signal, but it actually just turns it on and then turns it off after. I'm not sure what was the purpose of that. So this has been a recurring case for version 13, and I just want to point that out as well for this current v13 version, which is 13.2.8.
In 500 feet, take exit 19 on the right. Now take exit 19 on the right.
Okay, so we are exiting, and I do think we'll just stay on the left side. I mean the left lane, and continue straight. It may be choosing a faster route because the main road is doing a stop and go, but I think here it might be still slow, but it continues to move.
In 500 feet, take the Interstate 495 West ramp on the left. Now take the Interstate 495 West ramp on the left. In 1,000 feet, take the Interstate 495 West ramp on the left. Now take the Interstate 495 West ramp on the left.
Okay, so we are continuing straight, and good adjustment here for this merging SUV.
In 1,000 feet, take the ramp on the right towards 69th Street, Grand Avenue. Now take the ramp on the right towards 69th Street.
Okay, good. So we exit here. I'm not sure what was that turn signal for, but we will continue straight. Or maybe just to indicate to go to this side, because there are no lines on the left. And now we have a green.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Grand Avenue.
Okay, good lane change here.
Now turn left onto Grand Avenue.
have to intervene here because... Okay, no, never mind. We can continue straight. 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. Crossing some greens here.
In 500 feet, bear left onto Flushing Avenue. Now bear left onto Flushing Avenue.
Now, just an update, we are 7 minutes away, 1.6 miles, and we're just waiting for a green here. So good adjustment here. FSD is on street drive now, and reasonable speeds and slowdown, so which is good. Also, FSD is not okay. Good. FSD is not too fast because whenever there's a car that's trying to go here from a parking lot, I kind of anticipate what FSD will do, but also be ready to intervene if necessary. So I think 13.2.8 is good on street drives. Except maybe I do remember on a marshal's test where we had some series of always that there was a crowded drive section there, and so I had to disengage. But for the most part, I think FSD is reasonable on this kind of scenario. Okay, now we have a green arrow. Okay, there's a speed cam ahead, and there's a double parked pickup truck. Okay, good. Okay, we are at a stop here. Now we have a green, and so we advance. Okay, FSD is giving way for this tow truck.
In 500 feet, go right onto Metropolitan Avenue.
Now we have a green light.
Now bear right onto Metropolitan Avenue.
And we are making a right here. Okay, now we stop. Okay, so we continue on and we are making a left here in 0.3 miles, so in the next light.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Scott Avenue. Now turn left onto Scott Avenue.
Okay, not even on the light, just before the light. Okay, do have a opening here.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Sheryl Street. Now turn left onto Sheryl Street.
Okay, good. So we are at the destination.
Now your destination is on the right.
And let me just find some parking. Okay, so let me just give my takeaways. I just found a parking spot. We started off from a neighborhood drive and FSD was able to get out of the spot and made a left on stop, made a right on stop, and then turned left on a green to Newbridge, and then it went to North Bellmore Road, so it made a lane change to the left turn lane and made a left turn, and then merged to Wantagh Pkwy. So that drive there was smooth, which is business as usual, and FSD was able to merge to Wantagh with no problems. And I think with with the recent updates to FSD, and for the majority of the drive as well, FSD is either staying on the right lane or the middle lane. It was able to go to the passing lane as necessary just to pass over a car. It was able to earlier merge to Northern State Parkway, but it was on the right lane, but the next lane on the left is merging to the current lane. Now FSD adjusted to that and it was able to find a window to merge, which is good. Then it went to the middle lane and pretty much stayed on there up until Grand Central. Now here and there, and I think also along I-495, FSD was going to the passing lane only when there is a necessity, like for example in the Grand Central Drive section, it went to the passing lane because it went through a one lane construction zone. It was able to move from middle lane to the passing lane and then adjusted to the cars that were merging. After that, FSD continued straight and then went back to the middle lane once it passed the construction zone. FSD continued on along Grand Central and moved to the right lane close to the exit to I-495. FSD on the ramp towards I-495, which is Horace Harding, FSD was able to move from the right lane, adjusted to the cars that are going to its lane, and also find a window to make lane changes towards the ramp towards I-495. And FSD stayed on to the middle lane and later exited to, not really middle lane, I think just the right lane up until the exit to exit 19. Continued straight and turned left to Grand Avenue, and then that's where this location, it's on Brooklyn but close to Queens, and so we were leaving Queens somewhere in the Grand Avenue when we turned left to Grand Avenue. And so we continued straight, and FSD had some lights and some turns. I'm not familiar with the streets here in the Brooklyn section of the drive, but it made adjustments as it goes through the street drive section. FSD stops and goes, adjusts to merging cars, and then stops on the quick lights. Now, I did have some unexpected events here where I think twice where I saw that it was drizzling, so I had to turn on the wipers, but because the wipers are not turning on automatically for some reason. So I used it once, and then we had the take over immediately sign. So I kind of guessed that because the first swipe of the wipers, it kind of blurs out the camera here at the front. So I think my wipers need some replacement. And then I retried again, I re-engaged, and I tried the wipers again because the car didn't use the wipers. So I did that and still the same result. So what happened was I had to take over the second time. And then we continued on to Long Island Expressway, and then, like I said, adjusted to the Brooklyn Drive. Now, overall, I think the drive was smooth, and I think the one thing that I didn't expect was a wiper-induced take over immediately instruction. So it could happen, and I'm not sure, maybe I need to really change my wipers. I didn't change it since I got the car. So yeah. Now, those are all my takeaways for this test, and if you find this video helpful or of value, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!